What's good, everybody? It's your boy Dak908, aka the Dig Duck himself, and today I'll be going through my top 5 Wii U video games that's going to be coming out this year in 2015. Now, I know there's a couple other games that could be coming out real soon, might be coming out later this year that have yet to be announced due to the fact that E3 is not but a month away. But as of right now, what we know right now, the games we have right now, these are my top 5 games that I actually want to come out on the Wii U this year. Now, granted, like I said, it's my top 5. It's not the top 5. This is all my opinion, so everyone has their own opinion. If you have an opinion about what you think your top 5 games are, by all means put it in the comments section as we get this bad boy kicked off. Before we get started, let's knock off some honorable mentions. Now, our first nominee for that title is Project Cars. Now, I know last year Project Cars made it into like my top 3 to come out for the Wii in 2014, but the game got delayed, and then it got delayed again. And honestly, I'm still pretty excited for the game because I do like me some racing simulators, and this is a really good game. The game did get released for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and I believe the PC as well, but the Wii version is yet to be seen. When that game actually drops, hopefully this year, fingers crossed, I'll be a lot happier. But till then, honorable mention right now, homie. Coming up on our second honorable mention spot, we have Mario Maker. Now, Mario Maker is one hell of a game. When I first saw it at E3, I was like, yo, it looks fun, looks real cool. But my thing is, Nintendo normally doesn't like to not make things a full price game. And as cool as it is, it just doesn't seem to have enough features in it for me. I'm not sure about the whole sharing aspect. I just wish there was more to it, because I know that there's, like, I guess you call them third party software that actually makes better Mario levels. Don't get me wrong, this is definitely cool, but I'm only pretty hype about it, not super hype. Starting off our actual list at number 5, we have Devil's Third. Now, Devil's Third was a game that was released at Nintendo's E3 last year that totally took me by surprise. I don't know about you guys, a lot of people liked it. A lot of people thought that the game is kind of ugly, this whole PlayStation 2 looking as kind of game. But understand, guys, the game is still in development. Now, this game was actually going to be developed for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 back when those consoles were relevant, but everyone turned them down except Nintendo, much like how Bayonetta 2 actually became into existence. So with Nintendo giving these guys another try over here at Valhalla Games, the makers, or the used to be makers of the Ninja Gaiden series, we are going to have this extremely dope, bloody, shoot 'em up action fest right here. And honestly, I'm just really excited about it because it has so much stuff in it. It looks like a whole lot of fun to play. Now, the one thing I'm a bit curious about is how you can actually go from shooting in third person into first person, and how the transition between those two camera angles doesn't seem to be that fluid. Maybe they'll fix that by the time the game actually releases, maybe they won't. Regardless, it still looks like it'll be a really fun game. Couple that with its amazingly over-the-top online multiplayer, looks like a game I'm going to be playing for quite some time. Hope you guys are pretty excited about the Devil's Third, because I know I am. What about you, man? Hit me up in the comments. What do you think? Okay, let's take a step back from all that blood, violence, and gore. Let's kick it a bit, you know, more family-friendly, and I guess I dare say kiddie. But coming in at number 4, we have Yarn Yoshi. I bet you're wondering, Dak, why do you have Yarn Yoshi on your list at all? I mean, look at it. It's clearly a game for kids, like 5-year-olds. Well, let me tell you something. This is amazing level design. I mean, look at this game. It's cute looking, but check out how the levels actually work. Check the mechanics of the game. The fact that you can actually, you know, take in enemies and use the enemies that you took in as ammo for defeating other enemies and accomplishing goals within the levels. I mean, come on, guys. You don't really get games that come this often that have so much going for it within this. Oh my, guys, I can't explain my hype for this game. It's just a really good platformer. It has co-op, it has amiibo functionalities as well. I mean, how can you not be excited for this game? If you're any type of Mario fan or a Nintendo fan, you have to be excited for this game. Look at it. It is just, it's a great game. Look at it from a gameplay standpoint. It has everything I want in the game. I mean, just look at it. But anyway, enough looking. That is my number 4, Yarn Yoshi. Coming soon. What do you guys think about Yarn Yoshi? I think it's great. Hopefully you do too. Coming in at number 3 was a game that no one thought was actually going to be completed. I mean, Nintendo talked about this game, I think about 3 years ago, and said it was going to be a thing. But since then, not a single snippet of information came out from this. I think the only one thing, it wasn't even information leading towards the game, it was just saying that Atlas was having a tough time trying to get their next game going. They weren't even talking about this game, they just said their next game. But anyway, the game was actually coming out. Shin Megami X Fire Emblem. Huge Fire Emblem fan, so for this game to actually come out, I'm actually really excited about it. Never really played Shin Megami Tensei though. I have a friend of mine, he plays it a lot, and I'm thinking, you know, maybe I might actually give it a try because, you know, it's a nice little crossover. So in it you'll see Fire Emblem characters fighting alongside Shin Megami Tensei characters. I want to say that the battle system will be the Shin Megami Tensei style, because Fire Emblem's battle style, as we all know, isn't the most exciting thing to look at in the world. But who knows, they might come with their own system of fighting together, since it is a crossover. But let me know, guys, what do you think about the new game right here? What do you think about Shin Megami Tensei X Fire Emblem? Are you hyped for it? I definitely am. Coming in at number 2, we have Xenoblade Chronicles X. Now, this game is indeed actually already out in Japan, but us guys over here in North America and the rest of the world, we've yet to actually have this game. Now, I was a huge fan of Xenoblade Chronicles when it first came out on the Nintendo Wii, because the biggest draw to it for me wasn't the battle system, wasn't the art style, wasn't the story, wasn't anything like that. The number one thing that drew me in and made me a true believer of this game and this studio, Monolith Soft, was the sheer scope and grand scale of this game. The game was huge on the Wii. It was the most open world, biggest thing that the Wii had to offer, okay? You looked out everywhere and there was so much places to go. Well, so many, you know, not so much, that's stupid. But there's so many places to go and there was so much to see, and it was just all big and out there. And this game follows the same exact formula. Granted, don't get me wrong, the story and everything, the gameplay, the battle systems were all definitely dope. Grand stuff. Top notch, okay? Definitely top notch. This is definitely going to be RPG of the year. I think so anyway. And it's going to be one of my top most hype games I'm going to be playing. I know I'm going to throw in about a good 400 hours into it, beating the game 2, maybe 3 times over. But I'm just really happy that they brought this game to the Wii U, and it has online functionality, which is incredibly dope as well. And the fact that the game is still really big, and it's even bigger than it was before, so I'm gonna have so much fun exploring this game. That's the biggest draw when it came to me. When I first saw this game, I knew it was gonna be really big, and it's still big. Let me know what you guys think about this game. Are you really excited about this game? I know I definitely am. I just can't wait to play the daggum thing. I just can't wait to explore. There's so much to do. What about you guys? What can't you wait for to do when you actually get a chance to play this game? Okay, let's act like Splatoon wasn't my number 1. Okay, let's pretend that it was my number 1. Let's pretend it was the last game I played that I've had so much fun just either winning or losing or whatever. Splatoon is an amazing game, guys. I mean, let me tell you about it real quick in case you've been living under 14 different rocks. You're living under a rock, under some limestone, under some gravel, under some other stuff. Just keep living under a bunch of rocks. Anyway, Splatoon works like this. You are an inkling, meaning you're half, well, in the game, you're half kid, I guess you could say, half squid. You can turn to a squid and traverse your own ink. Now, you shoot ink all around the area, and everywhere you look, there's ink everywhere, because you're covering turf. Now, the main draw and focus of this game is to cover as much area on the ground with your own colored ink within 3 minutes. Whoever has the most ink on the ground wins. So, you actually are able to climb up walls and stay hidden within your own ink as a means to get the jump on an enemy or whatnot. There's a whole lot more I could say about this game, but just understand that I'm extremely hyped for this game. It's Nintendo's newest IP in forever, and I know you guys are excited to play this game as much as I am. Like, let's get serious. This is definitely my number 1 game for 2015.